Back, everybody, to Varelo Vision. I'm excited to introduce today's guest, Nikita, who's doing amazing work in their field and industry with a lot of AI, health, wellness, fitness. Thanks for joining me. For those who may not know you yet, can you give us a quick background on who you are and what it is that you do?
Absolutely. My name is Nikita. I'm 27 years old. I'm from Turkmenistan originally. You probably, I've met very few people from that country. And I'm a serial entrepreneur. I've done many companies on the way. And the latest one got me the most excited. We started 3 years ago, KinesteX, with a vision that we want to give every human on earth their own personal AI trainer. The one that uses the frontal camera of the device and computer vision to look at you while you're moving and exercising, and it talks to you like a real human. It tells you what you're doing right, wrong, motivates you, corrects you, counts reps, calories, and a bunch of different things. It even has a sense of humor, imagine. And we just do it simply with a phone, and that's it. And we are headed to become your personal trainer,
That's
literally.
awesome.
So
That's
that's,
awesome.
yep.
Yeah, thank you for sharing that. I seen you guys have, do you have a new app come out just this past month?
Uh, so the way that the way that we started and we did the R&D and we did the development, we it took us 2 years to do the research and development and also finding the right business model. And in those 2 years, man, we launched and relaunched maybe 4 or 5 different applications and so on. We failed at all of them on the way. Every time we tried something, it failed, tried, failed, tried, failed. And only a year ago, we relaunched our solution as an SDK. So we don't have a B2C app per se, but we built an SDK or an API that we integrate into other apps. So we white label our technology to other digital health apps around the world. Yep.
Okay, gotcha. So just the journey, you guys have, launched and relaunched many different apps, and I know for some people watching this right now, maybe they've experienced that as well. What do you feel like is different now this time, with launching what you guys have compared to in the past, and why do you think it's going to be a lot better than it was in the past?
So when we started the company, right, all three co-founders, and by the way, I have two co-founders in the company. We had no idea what we're doing. We just had a vision. We had no idea how to code. We had no idea how to build the apps. We just had a vision,
Yeah.
and we were like, "Hell, let's go with it. Let's build it." So we approached the things on the way very differently from what we do right now and in the past year. So before that, instead of researching and understanding the market, understanding the users, we're just building stuff, hoping that the users will start using it.
Yeah.
So that was the approach. First 2 times, then from the third time, we built something differently. We made the research, we talked to potential customers and so on, and still failed at it, just simply because we didn't have enough time and funding. And
Yeah.
it's like this, we did 5 times.
Yeah.
So the business model that we have right now is actually a sixth one. And this one we approached completely differently. Before even building it, we went out to sell it, right? We went out to sell it. We went out to talk to 15, I think at the moment, potential customers of ours, which are applications. I said, okay, imagine then there's this feature. Imagine there's this tech.
Yeah.
Would you buy it? Would you be excited about it? Let's do a survey among your users and so on. So we approached this time completely differently a year ago, and it worked out great, right?
Yeah.
We, you know, I think if we talk about the product market fit, and there are like, let's say 5 points of the product market fit, I think we take 4 of them at the moment. And we're very close to saying that we found the product market fit
Yeah.
finally after a year, after many clients, many launches, and so on. So
Yeah.
that's where we are now.
That's awesome. I love to hear that. And for the audience watching right now, it sounds like really just the ultimate takeaway that everybody should get there is that you're not just going to start a business or software or product or service and it's just going to do this. It has to kind of just go like this and then it finally goes up and then goes back down, but then goes up again, right?
Exactly.
You think it's going to be a 5 out of 5, but then next thing you know, it's only a 2.5 out of 5, and then you're back to a 1 and then a 4 and then a 3 and then now you're at like a 4. So I'm very confident.
Mm.
I feel that I feel very confident in what you guys have. I looked at your guys' website, all that stuff. Um, I thought about even checking it out just because it's really really cool stuff that you guys have going on. Doing the new which we'll get onto. You know, the new trend of AI stuff, but then also the new world of health and fitness. All this new information and just combining it all together. Um, I guess that leads me to my next question. What drew you into this type of work? Like where did this kind of start at? Like where was the vision?
Uh, so I'm not the insider of the field in which we're building. I'm not a personal trainer. I don't do many sports. I don't exercise regularly. And it all started back 2021, back in 2021, end of 2021, when I was still exiting my previous business in Turkmenistan. And it was a retail business, just general, like very straightforward, a store where we sell stuff. The customers
Yeah.
come, they buy from us, they leave. That's it.
Yeah.
And I wanted to build something exciting. I wanted to build something that I build here right now, but the people use it all over the world, like, in
Yeah.
Zimbabwe, United States, New Zealand. And that's exactly what is happening right now. We, at the moment, what we have, like 116 companies using us, using our
Oh,
technology.
wow.
Oh, wait. Sorry. I'm getting confused. 116 companies that are registered on our admin dashboard, out of which 39 contracts and 15 launches. We are somewhere in some shape or form on the App Store and Play Store in 15 different apps at the moment, right? But the vision goes from like 2021 when um, the whole world was in a lockdown, everyone. And back then, the whole world realized that we're not ready for these kind of things digitally. The whole world was shocked, and the only way back then to do exercises was just literally watching YouTube videos, and that's it. And there were not even that many fitness influencers, health influencers, movement influencers, and so on. So back in the moment, I had two ideas with AI, even though I had no idea how to build it. I had no idea how to code. One of them was the virtual fitting room. Literally, you're just trying the different types of clothing and so on
Right.
yourself
Yeah.
with your phone and computer vision. And the second one, this, and the personal trainer with AI sounded so much more exciting to me
Yeah.
because it could have so many spin-offs. You can build it for golf, you can build it for boxing, which is happening with us right now. You can build it for physiotherapy to cure pain for people and do the rehabilitation. You can build it for any field, literally. The computer vision that we use, any field. So that got me super excited. And then I met my co-founder. My co-founder at the moment was 18. He is our
Oh man.
CTO
Okay.
now. He's 22. He just recently turned 22.
Yeah.
And man, he got so excited by this idea. He used to do breakdancing. He's like, man, I see this be applied to teach people how to breakdance, how to do the breakdancing, and so on. And these kind of ideas and spin-offs of the same technology but different use cases got us so excited to also, build this feature and build this solution that helps people work out anywhere, just simply with their phone or any device.
Yeah. That's awesome. That is really awesome. I think adapting to the new world of AI, the new technology, the new health and fitness, whatever it is, people are gonna have to adapt to it one way or another. And like you said, you want this, you want KinesteX, that's what it's called, right? KinesteX.
Yep, exactly.
You want it to be everywhere, right? Not just Dubai, not just America, not just Zimbabwe, not just wherever, but it could be anywhere and everywhere. And if somebody really has a personal trainer with them anywhere they're at, if it's AI or not, I mean, it has way more knowledge than one human could probably ever have just to teach them this, or this, help them stay consistent, help them do this, help them do that. I think
Mhm.
people are going to continue to go a lot further in their health, wellness, fitness journeys in life. And I respect that a lot for sure. Because not only is it a great business idea, proposal to other people, but it's helping people and it's helping people. You know what I mean? Not
Absolutely.
not everybody can you know, like let's say you guys were just based in Dubai. Not everybody can go there, right? But
Yep.
you guys are
Yep.
online. Everybody can pull a phone out or a laptop out, you know.
Yep. Absolutely.
I know you touched on, you know, just like, you know, several years ago, I mean, the ideas all the way to, you know, building it, all the way to, you know, coding and all of that. Of course, no path is easy, right? No matter what it is in life. Um, Other than the things you already mentioned, what were some of the biggest struggles early on, and what are some challenges you guys still face to this day as you grow?
Mm, that's a very interesting question. And as entrepreneur, you have to think more like positively all the
Yeah,
time. So
yeah,
you try not to think of issues and struggles, and you try to forget them as soon as possible.
yeah,
You got to be super optimistic about everything. The from the struggles that we had early on is that too few people believed in what we're building. Like no one believed, especially at the moment I was in Turkmenistan. And Turkmenistan is a fantastic country in a lot of sense. Weather, food, people, everything. But technology-wise, it's still not there yet, right? It's still not where the United States is. It's not. It's not where the Europe is. And starting to build it early on in Turkmenistan, it was very hard to get any kind of support. So it's literally like me, my mom was saying, "Yeah, Nick, what are you doing? Go get a normal job,"
yeah, yeah,
or something like this.
right.
So early on, the biggest challenge was the ecosystem. We really, really lacked the support on the way. We really lacked the ground to test it. So it's like imagine building something in Turkmenistan and trying to get the people from other countries to use it.
Yeah,
So that was crazy. And the way we fixed it is that I just moved to Dubai. Um, and I moved to Dubai, and I was shocked by the ecosystem here. I was shocked by the advancements. I was shocked by the government support that we're getting. I was shocked by the people in here that you meet just in the elevator. So that was one of the things, is that the ecosystem, we really needed the ecosystem where we can come and the like-minded people are, where the like-minded people are, and who are supporting us, who are believing and understanding and seeing the opportunity. You know,
yeah, yeah,
Still to this date, sometimes we get the comments, from my friends in Turkmenistan. It's like, hey, I don't understand. Why do you need that? It's like, why are you building it? Whereas we have super happy users in Saudi Arabia, in the US, in India, in Singapore, in Indonesia, all over the place, that are saying, guys, thank you so much for building it. We
yeah,
have sometimes the people, even though we're a B2B solution, you will not believe that. Sometimes we have uh, Americans just booking the call with me from the website. They enter the call and they're like, we're not your B2B client, but we tried your demo app and it looks fantastic. When can we get the B2C app for us? How can we use it on a daily basis? And these kind of things are making me so excited. And every time I share it with the team, and these kind of news, bring us up. So there's like, I hope I responded to your question. It's like the
yeah,
ecosystem that was
yeah,
really a big challenge, and ear- early on. But once we moved to Dubai, well, I moved to Dubai, and then my CTO co-founder moved also to Dubai. We got so much support in here, and it became so much easier. So that's something from back then up until now. The challenge that we face now, I actually think I'm pretty happy to where we are right now and how we're growing.
yeah.
It's just the challenge is to change the mindset a little bit
Oh, yeah.
right
Yep.
now, because all the way until, let's say, 1 year before, we had the mindset of survival. Just borrow another $10,000 so you can pay your employees, or like, the mindset of survival that we've had for 2 years. And in the last year, it all shifted. We suddenly started getting a lot of investment. We suddenly, have a lot of clients who are paying us. We suddenly have a lot of partners and so on. So now I personally struggled in the last 6, 8 months with the mindset of, survival versus growth. And
Yeah,
sometimes, when we think of the idea of something that we need to do, like a certain set of tasks, um, I still have a little bit the mindset from before, saying like, okay, I will take it over. I'll do it myself. And a couple of my team members like, no, Nick, we're hiring a person to do these kind of tasks. Don't think about doing it yourself. Go fundraise, go get partners, go get more bigger clients, and so on. It's like
Yeah.
these kind of things is a bit of challenge at the moment, but we're
Yeah.
going over it.
Absolutely. Yeah. First of all, I'll touch on the ecosystem part. I'm glad you mentioned that, brought that up, because for the audience right now watching, if you guys have your business, you're starting it, whether it's software, B2B, B2C, doesn't matter what it is, or it's just personal life, ecosystem can have a huge impact on a lot of things, right? Business or
Hmm.
not. If you have people that are constantly dragging you down, you either have to ignore them and just get to work, or ignore them once again and then get out of there and get into a different ecosystem, and just change the scenery, change the energy, and switch up the flow, right? It's up to you guys to, do that, right? Just like for you guys,
Yep.
going to Dubai totally changed the trajectory, for everything. All right, and I think
Yep.
it will continue to. I think Dubai is far more advanced and better, in terms of what it is over there compared to even here in America. Like America is like a garbage hole compared to Dubai, I think, right? I'm
Mhm.
very grateful to be here in America, but I think like Dubai is just like so far ahead. It's in terms of business and stuff,
It depends. It depends. I've been to the US and I was shocked also how advanced it was. I
really.
think there are like specific pieces of the US that are great. There's like still a lot of things that are being done better in the US.
Yeah.
And but also mind one thing that US has been there for 300 years,
Hmm.
whereas Dubai has been there for 35, 40 years. It's like
Hmm.
it's still a new place, it's still a new city in a country that was formed 50 years ago. So to where they are today, that's like honestly, I couldn't be more grateful for what they've built here, and we're trying to contribute as much as possible to it by growing our company here, hiring more employees, helping the ecosystem, giving back, and so on. So we're like very, very, very excited to be here.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I should have been more clear on that. I don't want to like I've never even left the US for a trip or nothing, right? I'm you know,
So this, yep.
yeah, so it's like
You need sometimes.
yeah, so it's like I don't mean to bash America, but I should have been more clear on that. Just the time frame of everything. Dubai is far more advanced in the time frame of it. Yeah,
Yep.
I completely agree. Like the US has a lot of like almost the whole world beat on several aspects of different things. Um, and I think people just need to know how to utilize certain things rather than other things if they want to
Hmm.
advance in business or in their personal lives. You know,
Yep.
if they're not a person who really can't have that mindset, then going to Dubai might be better, right? Or going
Yep.
to the
Yep.
US might be better. Like it just depends on the person. But yeah, for sure. And then what was the other thing? Oh, the mindset, like now, in terms of, focusing on several tasks or trying to get something done or doing this or doing that or continuing to keep growing. It's just something I think everybody faces. Like mindset is like something that's going to get you over the hump of success, to success, right? I think
Hmm.
everybody watching, let me know your thoughts in the comments if you're a business owner or not. But I believe mindset is almost more powerful than the physical action that we put in, because without the correct mindset, we won't have the, ability to even do the physical action, right?
True. True.
Can't, so
Absolutely.
I know there's a lot of noise in every industry, especially, the new one, AI, right? And,
Yep.
software technology, even like the health and wellness world, there's a ton of noise, right? How
Hmm.
how would you guys say that you stand out? Or like what's your unique angle or belief that sets you apart from the rest?
Um, Very good question. So before answering that, I would love to point to something super important, which I believe is happening right now in the world, is that because there's so much noise about the AI, people are trying to, build whatever it is and call it AI, or like build chat GPT wrappers and, call it AI companies and
Yeah.
so on. Uh, I believe, I believe that at the end of the day, AI or not AI, or, it could be anything that you're building. At the end of the day, it has to provide value. to the users or to the people or to anyone. It has to provide some sort of value. It's like a lot of companies are focused on the trends. A lot of companies are focused on something that's happening right now in the world. Let's catch the wave, we can do it, and so on. But what I feel like lacks in a lot of companies and a lot of startups is that putting the value that you're creating first for everyone, right? So you have to think how to be sustainable over the next 5 to 10 years. When suddenly the AI hype is over in 1 year, what you're going to do? Are you going to close your company? But you have to think of the value that you are creating for the person. And let's say if all the hype goes down today, would the users be still excited to use your product? Would they still get value from it? Would it be still beneficial to their lives to their lives, and they would use it daily and would get value out of it? If yes, then you're on the right track. If not, it's like, I'm suggesting to a lot of founders to really rethink what they're doing. So we started this AI personal trainer way before the wave of AI in the world. We started it at the end of 2021, really in the 2022. The whole AI thing happened in 2023, and we're enjoying the wave, but we always focus on the value. We always look at the metrics. We always look at how the users interact with our technology, and does it really provide them some sort of value? If they do, we're happy, because at the end of the day, the people or businesses or anyone will only pay you for the value that they receive. If they feel like the value that they're getting from you is worth more than the money that they pay you. So this is just the ground truth. I feel like for every startup should follow in order to become, huge one day. And so it's just value first.
Yeah, I love that 100%. I totally agree. I'd love to hear the audience's thoughts in the comments, and I think anybody who doesn't agree is going to get left behind after the wave is done. If you guys are trying to do AI or whatever it is, just because value is the most important thing. Every aspect of business, personal life, doesn't matter what it is, like value is the most important thing if you're going to be providing a product or service to somebody else, not just catching the wave of something and hoping that it makes you a gazillionaire, right? And that's not even at the end of the day, it's like, yeah, cool, it's a good idea for the business, but it's really about helping other people. And it's like it's a win-win situation to when you have something that provides value, because
Yep.
you're growing as a business, you're helping them grow as a business. It's a win-win situation. You guys are both making more money, you both are more happy. But when you're trying to provide a chat GPT wrapper like you mentioned, it's like you're providing this thing that they could have just done for this or this. They don't even know it because you're trying to do this, and then they're standing
Yeah.
here while you're just going up, and then eventually you come all crashing down, right?
Yep. One comment here. The chat GPT wrappers can be amazing. They can provide a lot of value to the
Yeah.
person. They can be fantastic. They can be great and very useful. It's just, the focus of what the people and the startups and the companies are selling should not be the, how they're doing it, but like, why do you need to use it?
Yes.
Instead of
Yes.
like, how, oh, we have the large language model behind us, and we focused it on this specific thing. Not this. It should be, it's like, how my life is going to be better by using specifically your product.
Yep.
So it's like super, super, super important for every startup founder to realize. And it took us a long time to realize, man. You will not
Yeah.
believe that. I'm sitting here and I'm saying that although 6 or 8 months ago, if I heard this advice, my life would be better off now. It
Yeah.
took us a long time to realize it.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up. I should have rephrased that once again of like, the chat GPT wrappers aren't always bad because they can be tailored towards a specific person, right? They
Yeah,
really
yeah,
can, right? So it's like, yeah, while chat GPT can learn you over a certain period of time, well, you could have like a wrapper of it that already kind of knows you a lot more with certain inputs, right? There's that's for a different story,
like
different.
very focused, very,
Yeah,
very focused. If it's very focused for your specific thing, for example, it could be a lawyer or something, an AI lawyer. And
yeah,
if that specific wrapper is fine tuning the model specifically for the needs of that, that's great. That's fantastic. That would provide me a lot of value.
Of course.
But
Yeah.
yeah. So
Yeah, because there's people that even if the person who's getting the chat GPT wrapper, even though it's beneficial for them, if they know, it's just a chat GPT wrapper, sometimes they don't care because they don't have the time to build out or put the inputs in for it to be tailored to
yep,
their situation, right? They're like,
yep,
I don't care
absolutely.
what it is, as long as it provides value, It's like it don't matter if it's an orange basketball or a blue basketball, as long as it goes in the basket and gives me 3 points, you know what I mean?
Yep, yep, exactly. That's
But,
exactly
but
right.
yeah. So looking ahead 6 to 12 months, what's the ultimate vision? Like, where do you want to take things next? You guys are already, I mean, growing rapidly, but what's the ultimate vision here?
The ultimate vision, that's a very good question as well. There's several types of things that the founder should juggle between, the ultimate vision, um, for product, for company, for, the personal life and so on. If we talk about what we really want to provide and what we really want to build and what we think would make the people's lives much, much better off, is and we're by we we by the way built it. We're now testing the solution. We actually haven't called it yet. Funny thing is, we haven't called it yet, but like literally the software inside of your phone, inside of your pocket, right? That asks you to go over a small assessment today to understand where you are and what is your physical health score, right? Based on that, it creates for you a personalized plan for the next 2 weeks
Oh,
based on
wow.
that,
Okay.
hyper personalized. And after the end of 2 weeks, it checks if you have improved or not and adjusts it further. For instance, you're coming and saying, I have a lower back pain, right? It will give you an assessment for that, and then we'll give you a and then we'll give you a specific plan for you to let's say to strengthen the muscles of your lower back, right? And it makes sure that you are doing it on a daily basis, and at the end of 2 weeks it checks if it's over. If yes, great, what do you want to do next? If not, here's another plan for the next 2 weeks to solve that issue. It's like it's almost a personal trainer inside of your pocket, which always tracks you and always wants you to win whatever goal that you set for yourself. So that's a solution that we are already testing, which is great. We have some really good results with a couple of companies where we have integrated it, but obviously it's going to take several months or maybe even a year to do a full rollout and full announcement.
Yeah.
But this is something that we're working on and we're super excited about it.
Yeah. That makes me excited you even talking about it. That's like,
Thank
man,
you.
I guess, would that be like a B2C type thing as well?
Unfortunately, not yet. I'm not sure if we ever will take a B2C route.
Okay.
Uh, I'm not sure about that. I cannot comment it at the moment. We might by the next round or the round after that. But we just recently closed our bridge round of funding. To increase our team, to speed up the processes, to do certain certifications of the product and so on. We just
Yeah.
closed it like 2 weeks ago.
Nice.
Closed like what, $650,000. Um, and from now on, is just get to work.
Yeah.
Just get to
Yeah.
work and keep. No, funny thing is that the comment that I wanted to add here about fundraising, is that when we announced that we raised the bridge round, a lot of our friends and family and just the people are like, cool, you raised so much money, you have so much money in the bank, that's fantastic. Everyone congratulates you, but no one realizes that from now on there is actually 2 times more work for the
Yeah.
for the next year. It's like think that to fundraise and to get the round in the bank is the ultimate goal, whereas for us, for founders, we're like, okay, we fundraised it, now you know let's get to work.
Yeah. Time to get the hands
Yep,
dirty. That's what
yep,
it
yep,
is.
yep,
That's
exactly,
what it is.
exactly.
A lot of people, yeah, the people that have like that don't do business or they don't know what goes into it, especially with what you guys
Yep.
are doing. wow, like they have no idea, you know? It's like, oh man, you just did this, like that's awesome. Like, yeah, thanks for the congratulations, but it's like you have no idea. You have no idea. Like it's like
Yep.
it's like not 10 times more work, but it's like 25 times more work. You know, it's but
Yeah,
it's worth it, you know? And
absolutely. Absolutely. I
yeah,
wouldn't want to do anything else in my life.
yeah, absolutely. I love to hear that. Yeah. Um, hypothetically, if you had, I like to ask everybody this, right? It's just something I like to ask. If you had a magic wand, right?
Mhm.
Fix one thing in the business right now that's either holding you back or slowing you down to get there, what would that one thing be that the magic wand could fix?
Very good question. Very good question. I've never thought of that before, but considering, well, at different stage of business, I would want that magic wand to do one thing for me, but once a year maybe. So um, if I had that magic wand in my business today,
Yeah.
I would love to ask it, or however, use it so we can hire exactly the right person for the job from
Yeah.
the first try. So that's something that we're actively getting, increasing the team, and sometimes it takes a lot of time to find the right person, that is fit for your stage, that also is fit for the conditions that you offer, and so on, and also is as excited as you about growing this company. So if I had a magic wand today, I would want it to get me the right employees and the right team members into my team. That's what I would want to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Magic wand, it's like a magic wand that does like the vetting process, right? It's
Yeah. Yeah. Yep.
that's I think it's I hear that a lot just because in today's world, you see people that will say, "Hey, I can do the job," but they have no idea. Like they don't like
Yep.
they think like for the hiring, for instance, like, "Oh yeah, we can do that for you," or and then they're just gonna hire some like a 10-year-old or something. And it's like oh
Yeah.
that's like it's some random person that doesn't even know about the business or something like, and they just like hiring is so important. I'm actually reading a book right now from Dave Ramsey called Build a Business You Love. Um,
Mhm.
one of the first stages, it's like the hardest part is like the treadmill operator, is where you're going to be doing
Yep.
most of the work and doing all of that stuff, even if you have a couple people by your side. But the next stage, um, it's you got to learn to hire, but in the correct way. Because if not, like if they
Mhm.
don't see the vision of your business, then
Yep.
they shouldn't be working there, you know?
Yep.
So
Absolutely. Absolutely. And as a founder, you almost have to reinvent yourself every 6 months in the company,
yeah,
you know? So first you're the coder, then, somehow market it, then you're fundraising, then you're doing sales, then, you're doing partnerships, then you're suddenly the HR of your company, and every like 6 months requires a different version of you to
mm,
build your business.
mm,
And depending on the stage, you're always reinventing yourself.
yep,
Now, I was recently saying we got a fantastic person, Alex, into our team. He's our head of sales, head of growth right now. And I was doing primarily sales for my company for the last year. And like 4 or 5 months ago, Alex joined us, and he changed everything. He's fantastic at what he does. He's the best salesperson that we could find, and he takes over the sales from me. And I almost had to reinvent myself in the last 4 months to do
mm,
something else in the company useful, because I learned something, I got good at it, and I gave it away. I gave it to the person who can do it better. And now I'm doing something else. I'm doing fundraising. I'm doing the legal stuff. I'm doing the partnerships, and also, of course, hiring the right people. So, and the same with my co-founders. My CTO had to build a lot of things himself, learn new programming languages on the way, and now he's learning completely different things. Managing a team of 12 developers. They were learning how to manage them, learning. So everyone in the company is basically reinvents themselves once every 6 months, once every 8 months.
Yeah, for sure. I like that. Like reinventing yourself like every like 6 to 8 months is crucial. If not like at minimum once per year. But I'd say every 6 months as well, just because there's so many new
Yep.
things. And like if you pass something
Hmm.
on to somebody else, you got to work on a different area, and it's a repeated cycle, So
Yep.
I love that. Now I like to do this with everybody as well, like a quick fire round, um, asking like what your favorite book or podcast is.
So regarding the favorite book, it's a very tough question. Very tough question because at different stages of my life, I really like the different kind of niches of books.
Mhm.
For example, one of my favorite books that I've read ever was the classical literature, Russian classical literature. And it's, I'm not sure actually how it's in English, but Master and Margarita, something like this. It's like, I love that book. I read it several times until I could watch the movie. Back when I was 13, 14, 15. And the book, talks about huge social issues in the society, the way that the people treat each other and so on. And back at the same time, I also love the biography of Steve Jobs. By the way, that was like my first book that I ever read in my life. I forgot the name of the author, something Isaacson. So he wrote about Steve Jobs, his biography, and
Yeah.
I loved it. I love the smallest details of it. I love the small stories from his life and so on. If we talk like conceptually, my most favorite book is probably by Yuval Noah Harari. It's *Sapiens: A Brief History of Humankind*, and that book just, you know, not in the startup life, not in the business, but just generally like elevates you. It makes you think like, you're flying over the humanity and overlooking everything from the top. The
Yeah.
concepts that they discuss makes you understand yourself better, makes you understand the human nature better, the masses better, and so on. So it's like one of the craziest books that I've read many times on the way, by the way. And if we talk about the startup world, I think one of the fundamentals that every person should, read is Lean Startup. I forgot the name of the author, but that book I was reading maybe 3, 4 times on the way, and every time that I'm getting stuck in startup in a company in KinesteX, I try to go back to the principles of that book, to implement it as soon as possible. It's like, so I'm thinking Lean Startup probably would be my all-time favorite for my professional. Yuval Noah Harari and *Sapiens* would be like just general as a human being. I feel like it's conceptually important to read. And yeah, these two books would be my
Yeah.
all-time favorites.
That's awesome. I don't think anybody's ever answered like that in terms of different books for different stages of their life or journey.
Mm,
That's awesome, right? I think everybody should do that. It's like you can't, like, yeah, you can have an all-time favorite book, but maybe one point in your life or a journey with something, one book stood out to you more and helped you more, right?
yep.
Or gave you.
Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention one more book, which
Mhm.
actually inspired me to start the, the, this company in some way or another. So it's a book by Kevin Kelly. It's called *The Inevitable*, right? And I think it was written back in 2015 or 16. And the concept of the book is that back then he was looking, 10, 20 years, the author was looking 10, 20 years from now and was outlining the trends that are happening in the world, and gave like advice where to look at what to look at. I don't remember the specific phrasing that stuck in my head from 2016, 17 when I read it, but that inspired me to start like an AI company further. It said the next generation of biggest companies in the world will be the ones that cognify the usual things, like the normal things. By cognify meaning add some kind of intelligence to it. And
Yeah.
since then I've been walking and thinking, is like, what if I add some intelligence to washing machine, so it knows better how to wash your clothes just based
Yeah.
on what it's seeing and so on. If you add like the AI to almost anything, I was thinking to the car back then, even though a lot of work has been happening in the, uh, and, please interrupt me if I'm, going too much, but I was just like, I personally am super excited about that
Oh
book
yeah, I love
and
it.
the
I love it.
concepts of it. Yeah,
Yeah, no, that's awesome. Yeah, I don't want somebody on here to ever feel like they're going too long. I love the context for all of that for sure. I love it for sure. That the audience and myself getting great takeaways from it and all that. And I can't wait to get this one posted, right? I think my viewers will probably be excited as well, right? But
exciting.
before we wrap everything up, where can people like, follow your work, learn more, connect with you if possible, or just check out your things?
Actually, we were always asked this question in terms of like, where can I try the solution? Where can I know more? Because we're like the B2B startups operate slightly differently, right? You update not unusual things. Like, for example, most of the updates we write on LinkedIn. On LinkedIn, the people can just, send me a connect. If they want to reach out to me, LinkedIn would probably be the best place as well. I also am semi-active on Instagram. I'm just posting stuff from my personal life, from events and so on. I'm not running it as a blogger, not the influencer. But my Instagram is, you can put it in the comments somewhere. Or
Yep.
our website specifically, KinesteX.com. We always try to update it, try to add more information to it, and so on. So that's where the people can find me, can learn, so on.
Awesome. Yeah, and everybody watching, I'll put that in the description of the video. You guys can check out
Yep.
LinkedIn, Instagram, and the website itself. I'll put that there. So, and if a listener takes just one action from today's conversation, what should it be?
Also very good. Hey, Matt, you ask really good questions. I love the question. Um, One action. It also, very hard to give like a general advice to, someone. Is it like the startup founders? Is it like, just the people in real, like living normal life and so on? Um, but my advice would be try to observe more, the action. Well, in fact, it is inaction, you know, don't do, don't jump into doing stuff, but like observe a bit.
Mhm.
This is something that I've had personal problem with for a long time. You just have to take a step back and observe the stuff around you. Observe the work that you're doing. Observe, the people that y- you're hanging out with. Observe the companies, the trend. Just observe sometimes. Take a step back, observe it. Before taking any action. So this is something that I would advise to everyone, um, no matter what they do.
Absolutely. That can go for personal consumer or business owner founder. I think
Yep.
observe is a very, very, very good. So once again, thanks for getting on. It's been awesome. I'm sure whoever watches this got some great value, insight, takeaway, and I'm sure you'll probably have some people, hitting you up on what you guys do. But for everyone else watching Varela Vision, we will see you on the next episode of Varela Vision.